Hi everybody, welcome back to our channel LifeSnapShot. Evelyn, Greg, Muttley here from Australia. Appreciate you dropping by. It's been a year now, over a year we started this channel, so I would love to thank everybody first of all for your support, your wonderful comments, your likes, all that sort of stuff. Without you this channel doesn't build. So yeah, and we really didn't know what was going to happen with this channel. We're not depending on it. It's not like, well, we need it to be successful. So we did this type of approach when it comes to this channel. We want to help people. So I'm real. If you check out our other videos, I talk about things I've invested in, okay, decisions I've made in life to try and get ahead, just like most people. And that's the beautiful thing I feel of our video, our channel, is that it's real. It's what I've done. Okay, it might not be right for you, it might not apply to you, but at least you know that I tried it, I did it, and I'll tell you the outcome about it. Right? Like always, I'm no professional. Always go seek professional financial advice when it comes to anything that you're doing about your finances. And we've got some other videos day by day, places we've been overseas. And we're gonna go to the snow soon, which is really cool. But today I wanted to talk about something that I've done over the years. It may help people out in a situation that I need to explain, okay? Before everybody starts carrying on, hear me out, hear the whole video out, and then make your decision. But by all means, I want people to know that this channel, whether you comment disagrees or agrees with me or anyone else for that matter on this channel, that it's welcome. Right? I feel that's lacking in our country now, is debate, challenging, saying yes and or no to something. All right, we've pretty much labeled people now that if they disagree with you, they're some sort of phobe or racist or something like that. No, this channel's not about that. This channel's about you being comfortable. If you want to comment, you want to disagree, go right ahead, because you will not be shunned upon, you will not be deleted. Your comment will sit there just as proud as the guy who supports, and you know, that's a core fabric of society, is we need to agree to disagree. Okay, that's how we get ahead in life. Right, so let's get into today's topic. I want to talk about today's topic. It's about law enforcement, a specific type of law enforcement, and that's highway patrols and being pulled over for speeding. So, look, let's face it, first of all, you're not going to talk your way out of it if the camera gets done. Okay, if you get pulled over in a 40, 50 zone, it's built up, there's children, people walking around, okay, and you get done for speeding in that urban environment, you're an idiot. Okay, you deserve everything to get. I'm talking about the situations, and we've all done this. Don't tell me you haven't. I know you have. We've all done it. Those moments when you're in an 80 zone or a 90 zone or a 110 zone, probably not so much now because of the cruise controls and all that sort of stuff, but it happens. And you're just driving along, you've been driving along for half an hour or 40 minutes or an hour in a 100 zone, and you lapse concentration for a second, and suddenly you're doing 110 or 112, you know, in a 100 zone, and you come around the corner and there's a cop waiting there for you. Okay, he knows it, right? He knows that you've been pinged. There's no way out of it, but that's the reason why he's there, because he knows that part of the highway is where people lapse concentration. Okay, so any policemen that are watching me, especially highway right now, you know I'm right. Okay, you sit in those situations because that's 40 minutes into the travel time, and you know that this is the point where people just lapse a little concentration and you're going to ping them. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm talking about the situations where you just lap concentration. We've all done it, and some of us get caught doing it, right? So just to clear up a couple more things. Last time I got booked for speeding was 2008, and I was overtaking someone in a 2-lane highway, 11:30 at night. Okay, I'm not going to go this way because the sun's going to ruin me. 11:30 at night, 2008, I got pulled over doing an 87 in an 80 zone. And he booked me. That's the last time I've ever been booked. And for a person who used to work for a living on the road as a rep, I used to do 4,000 to 5,000 kilometers a week, right? So I've done more driving in the 15 years I did that work than most people will do in 3 lifetimes. So not a bad run. And it got me thinking. I said, hang on a minute, how many? So I got my license report and checked everything out, and I said to myself, hang on, there was plenty of times when I got pulled over. And you know how you start having this deja vu, not deja vu, you just start remembering what you said. And I realized, oh, that's right, I used to say something particular and it used to work. It used to be really good to work to talk your way out of it. So let me say it again. I'm not talking about you idiots who want to do 70 in a 40 zone or 50 zone in a built-up area. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about when those situations where you've been driving along a highway, it's a 90 zone or a 100 zone, or that too. It's a 100 zone and then suddenly it drops to 90. And the policeman's waiting right there because that's where his speed trap is. And you get pinged doing 100. And you're like, oh man, a kilometre down the road it was 100. And he's like, well, you should have looked at the sign. You know those situations, right? We've all been in those situations. It's just whether you got away with it or not. So I want to get on to the point where you're getting pulled over for that, right? So you get pulled over. Okay, let's just say it's a 100 zone and you're doing 112 and you get pulled over. The cop walks up to you and he goes, good afternoon, driver. I've got you doing 112 in a 100 zone. Can I ask, is there any reason why? Okay, straight off the bat, do not get angry. Don't get upset. You've done the wrong thing, right? Accept that. Okay, don't get, I pay your taxes, mate. Who gives a shit? Oh, that's bullshit, mate. No, you don't know what you're talking about. Rah, rah. You know what I'm saying? Be kind, be respectful, and be calm. That'll start you off into the right direction. Okay, this is what I would say. Oh, really? Look, I'm really sorry. I didn't realise about a kilometre back there, a kangaroo jumped out onto the road and I just missed him. It freaked me out a bit. Okay, I'm really sorry. Hey, yeah, I probably was. I'm not sure. Honestly, I was paying too much attention to the road because of that bloody roo. It scared the hell out of me. I'm really, really sorry. Here's my license. Yeah, no problem, Right there and then, what you've done is, first of all, you put the cop at ease. Okay? You're not being rude, you're not being abusive or anything like that. He likes you now, right? You've given him a reason, a legitimate reason for you speeding. Okay? You're taking your eyes just off the road for one moment. Why? Because there was a native animal that's run out onto the road and you've reacted and you just missed it. Okay? It could be anything. It could be a dog. A dog ran out right in front of me, just a kilometre back down there. A dog just ran out and I just missed him. I can't believe I missed him. Okay? And for the last kilometre or so, sorry sir, I was paying so much attention to the road that I just lapsed concentration on what speed I was doing. I'm really, really sorry. Did you see what I'm saying? Now, not only that, the cops, probably last 10 people that he's pulled over, they've been rude to him. They've been abusive to him. They've told him that he's an arsehole and he's a piece of shit and all this sort of stuff. And then along comes you. That's cool, calm, collective. You actually haven't admitted to speeding, but you also haven't not admitted to speeding. Do you see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I'm trying to explain this and that worked for me a few times. Okay, so the officer comes up, sir, you're doing 112 in a 100 zone. Any reason for that? Oh, really? Oh, sorry, sir. Look, about a kilometre back there, a bloody roo jumped out. Mate, I just missed him, and since then I've just been paying attention to the sides of the road a little bit more, and I'm really, really sorry. I must have been. I can't remember. I honestly can't remember, but I was really, really worried about wildlife. It freaked me out. I was so close. I would have hated myself if I hit that roo. But you can insert dog, cat, person, whatever it is. But what I'm saying is, you've given a legitimate reason for why you were speeding, right? You've been respectful to the policeman. Now, All you've got to do now is say to yourself, right, he's going to walk back and check your license. So if you've been booked 3 times that year, you're not getting out of the ticket no matter what you say. But if you're like me, who hasn't been booked for what, 17 years? 17 years I haven't been booked for, right? And like I said, man, I used to do 4,000 to 5,000 kilometers a week. For those who don't know Sydney, I used to go from Sydney, the city, to Wagga, which is 445 kilometers, from Wagga to Narooma, which is another 250 kilometers, and then back to Ulladulla, which is about another 100 kilometers in one day. And I used to do that sometimes 3 times, 4 times a month. So that's how many Ks I did, and I seen some more highway patrol in probably one day than most people see in a year. Okay, so, and every time I got pulled over, that's what I used as an excuse, because most of the time I was in a rural area. So I used the excuse of it was a wildlife. Oh, a koala ran out and I just missed him. I would have hated myself if I would have hit that poor little guy. And yeah, look, I'm really sorry. I've just lapsed a little bit of concentration here, and I might have been speeding. Yeah, I'm really sorry. You don't admit to it, but I might have been speeding. I'm really sorry about that. You know? So just remember that next time. Like I said, it's not for these dickheads out there who are doing 80 in a 50 zone, driving like a moron. There's people everywhere. No, you deserve to be booked. And no lie or no story should get you out of that ticket. I'm just talking about those people who have just lapsed concentration for just that last minute in the middle of nowhere. And unfortunately, there's a cop waiting around the corner and you've just gradually drifted off speed limit by 10 kilometers an hour and he pulls you over. I feel that scenario will get you out of a ticket. Or it has got me out of a ticket. Bottom line is, every time I've been pulled over, I was speeding. Okay, it's not like he pulled me over because I was driving really good. It was a real reason. But I gave him a legitimate reason for why I was speeding. I was calm, I was respectful, and they always come back. Have a good day, sir. You're right. No problem. Just don't let it happen again. Sure, mate. I'm really sorry. I'll make sure I double up my attention now. Really appreciate what you guys are doing. Have a great day yourself. See you later. That's it. Hope it helps. All the best. Take care, guys. Remember, it's not what you know, it's who you know.